How have you adapted to technology in today's world? Have you adapted well?
A little bit.
Alright. What devices are you able to use without trouble on a regular basis?
What devices?
Like types of technology.
Television.
Television?
My cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit on the computer.
Where do you think our world is headed with technology?
Right down the tubes. Getting bad for older people. They're left out. I'm left out.
Was there much technology available to you as a child?
Well, let me tell you this. When I was 13 was when TV just started.
Do you think the world was a happier place without technology, or do you believe it is better now that there have been many advancements?
Well, we thought it was fun to all sit around the radio and listen to the radio. Boring.
How do you feel about modern technology today?
I think it's great as long as it's used, correctly. In so many cases, I think it's overused to a certain extent.
What devices do you have trouble with using in your everyday life, if you do have any?
I'm not too proficient at the computer. Actually, during the computer age, when it first came in, I was kind of against it, in business and everything else. But as we got into it, we had to, respond. But I had people to run all these things for me, so I never really became too proficient myself.
What devices do you use on a regular basis?
The telephone. It's not very technical, but it wasn't my time. In my days, getting a fill-in was high tech. But really, no. I don't use much of the available things. Navigational aids in your car, things like that. But and your everyday things that are automatic in our world of technology that we're all subject to, whether we like it or not.
Do you believe that technology we have today, such as cell phones and computers, is good or bad for our society?
Oh, I think it's great. It's great. And we're just in the beginning of this whole thing anyway. You take things like we saw the other night on Jeopardy with that Watson and what they can do in the medical world with this. It's fantastic. The way that thing could answer those questions and so forth, it blew my mind.
How do you feel about social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter?
They're limited. I think that things like this Twitter thing, it has zero personality. When you talk to somebody on a phone or something, you hear the inflection of their voices changes, and you hear them laugh, and you can almost see their facial features over a phone. Where by looking at a screen and a bunch of written nomenclature doesn't mean anything as far as the personality at hand.
Was there much technology available to you as a child?
Well, not really, other than the fact that, well, of course I lived in an age when we really saw the technology boom. I mean, all the way from radio to television to the man on the moon to the satellites and everything else. I lived in a wonderful time as far as seeing technology evolve.
We're bringing video calling to the world, and we call it FaceTime. It's going to change the way we communicate forever.
Hey, Charlie. Hello. Can you see us?
Yeah. Do you know how this works? Like FaceTime?
No.
No. What do you think of it?
I think it's absolutely amazing that we're doing it now. But it's kind of brand new for me. I can't even really believe it.
What forms of technology do you use and find helpful in your everyday life?
Everyday dentistry has changed to where we're using infrared cameras to take pictures of teeth and then fabricating from that picture crowns at a remote site and bringing them back and placing them in somebody's mouth. That's pretty amazing.
Technology
Do
is
you
good
think
or
modern
bad for our world?
Oh, I think it's really good.
Where do you see it going? Like in the next few years?
Into what my fantasy is that they're going to fix cancer, cure cancer with nanotechnology, little teeny little computer things that go in your body and take care of bad cells. That sounds kind of far out, but I think that's what's going to happen. When I was a kid, they just started making TVs, so we used to sit there and look at this silly box with streaks on it, like a test pattern, and it was like magic. But this is way, way, way beyond that. 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, somebody said, pretty soon we'll be able to talk to each other and look at each other on the phone, and I laughed, saying there's